Bitcoin and really the wider crypto market in the red today. Is it time to panic? Should you be worried? Or is it time to consider buying the dip? Well, in today's video, I'll be exploring that. Also, I've got some Bitcoin adoption news, some Cardano news, some Solana news, so make sure to stick around to the end of the video for all of the goods. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing, so if that's a topic that you would like to learn some more about, make sure you subscribe to the Lark Davis channel. Gently tap on the thumbs up button just for the YouTube algorithm, and click on the notification bell so that you know when I put out a new video. Now let's go ahead and turn over to the charts to get started off with. So we can see, of course, our massive flash crash that we had for Bitcoin. That did bring us down all the way to $42,800, approximately. Some exchanges did get a little bit lower. But as I was saying last week, these flash crashes that happen in the market, they tend to come before a further sell-off. At least historically, that has been the case. Our big initial sell-off days are followed up by further sell-offs. You can see, for example, here we had a 19% sell-off on one daily candle, but then we actually ended up that entire market correction down by 26%. And that story just repeats over and over again. Most of the time, not all the time, it's not 100% of the time, but most of the time, what we see is a big sell-off, day one, bit of a recovery for a few days, and then a further sell-off comes into play where we end up a little bit lower than the initial sell-off. Now, our initial sell-off here for Bitcoin, that massive rejection, that actually brought us down by 19%. Now, that brought us right to a key area of price support at $42,500. That's our key price support area. Again, depending on what exchange you're looking at, we came right within that zone. Our next major area of price support for Bitcoin, that's at $40,000. Now that in of itself would be a 23% correction, which would be very much in line with the kind of corrections that we normally see happening in the cryptocurrency markets. One big sell-off. The second leg of the sell-off comes down a little bit lower. But you should be prepared that we could actually see the price during a sell-off coming down within this purple box. This is a zone of support here. We've seen a lot of Bitcoin transacted on-chain in that area. It's a very powerful area of support, not just one single number within there, but that ranges all the way down to the lower 37,000 zone up to $40,000. So you could put bids in any of these areas, 42,500, 40,000. If you really want, hey, I want to get a better deal somewhere down there. And obviously, look, this support could fail. You never know what's going to happen in the markets for certain, right? But those are the two major zones of support that we're looking at for the markets right now if we do continue seeing the markets correct over the coming week. So that's just something to keep in mind. Historically, those sell-offs turn into bigger sell-offs before we see stronger market recovery. And look, the last few days have been totally freaking crazy for altcoins as well. There's been a lot of euphoria, a lot of greed in the market. That tends to come before some significant corrections in the market. Now, what am I doing personally? Am I selling up all of my crypto? No, of course not. I am looking to buy on dips. I'm not buying right now. And look, if the markets start pumping tomorrow and I'm wrong on my thesis here that what we historically see is one big sell-off followed by a secondary sell-off, which so often happens. If that's wrong, if that doesn't happen this time and the market starts pumping like crazy, I'm fine. My bags are packed. I'm ready to go. But if we do see a further correction, I am looking to buy lower. So I still have an order for Bitcoin in at $42,500. Maybe I'll get one up for around $39,000 just in case. If we see that kind of sell-off happening, probably be interested to put some altcoin bids in too. And look, there's something that you should keep in mind as a crypto investor. These quick, savage market corrections, they're the norm in this market because of the high leverage. Things can move real far, real fast. So putting bids in at key lines of price support, whether that be 20, 30, or even sometimes 50% lower, than the current price of an asset, that might seem crazy. Well, everything's pumping. Surely this is never going to go down by that much again, but it always does. Go backdate the markets. Look historically what's happened. Look at the volatility of the corrections in this market. This stuff happens. So if you're looking to get good deals and you're willing to be a bit patient, right? You don't have to rush into things. You can put those limit orders in to buy whatever strong altcoins that you're looking at. And look, you got to be going for quality, right? If you're trying to catch the dips on some of these junk meme coins or whatever other garbage is trading out there in the market, that dip might just keep on dipping until it's worth virtually nothing. We're talking about the solid coins here, your strong layer 1 protocols, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your strong applications, Chainlink and stuff like that. Those are the things you want to be accumulating for the long term, and dips are great opportunities to do that. Remember, buy low, sell high, not the opposite. Most of the market is buying high and selling low. That's why most investors are not doing super awesome in the markets. Buy low, sell high, not the opposite. By the way, if you need an exchange account for buying low and selling high, then you need to get yourself an account over on Binance. It is the best cryptocurrency exchange in the world, the biggest. You can invest in cryptocurrencies using more than 50 different fiat currencies over here on Binance. If you use the link down below in the description to start your Binance account, you're going to get 10% off of your trading fees and up to $700 in trading bonuses. Now let's go ahead and get into the news. I want to share some pictures with you coming out of El Salvador. Of course, El Salvador a few days ago has finally legalized Bitcoin within the country. Well, they legalized it a while ago. The law went into effect a few days ago. Some nice pictures here of, regular people getting on the Bitcoin train. It's pretty damn cool. It's pretty exciting. Here's a grandpa learning how to use Bitcoin. How cool is that? Here's people buying some Bitcoin. Of course, people also redeeming their free $30 in Bitcoin that the government gave to everybody. So everybody got a $30 Bitcoin stimulus check from the El Salvadorian government. Here's some mom buying some Bitcoin, using some Bitcoin, getting the Bitcoin app downloaded on our phones. So it's happening. It's cool. Lots of people are sharing, going to Starbucks, going to McDonald's, wherever else, and buying some stuff using Bitcoin in El Salvador right now. So it's a very exciting story. And of course, that story, what's happening in El Salvador, is creating a spark in the imagination of people all around the world. As we covered last week, Panama has just introduced a very comprehensive bill to regulate cryptocurrencies in the country, but nobody yet has gone the legal tender route. That is the big one. That's the big one. That gives Bitcoin a legal status that is much more than just saying, yeah, people can pay for that. Legal tender status is very, very important. And I think we will see more countries follow in El Salvador's footsteps, especially now we can see it's been live. Nothing's exploded. El Salvador hasn't exploded. Everything's okay. People are just getting Bitcoin, using Bitcoin, buying stuff, selling stuff, holding on to Bitcoin like a savings account. Here's some interesting statistics as well that have come out. So this one showed that 48% of Brazilians want to make Bitcoin a legal currency within their country. 48%. I know surveys can be problematic, but that's almost half the population. That's almost half the population of Brazil would be interested in seeing Bitcoin become a legal currency within the country. How big is that? Now, obviously, we haven't had any bill or anything like that introduced in Brazil. But man, oh man, if we had a big country like Brazil actually taking that step, it would be massive. Brazil, of course, the second country to legalize a Bitcoin ETF. Wouldn't be a far stretch of the imagination to see them doing something like that. It would be very exciting to see. Of course, Brazil's not the only one, although support much, much less in America. 27% of Americans support adopting Bitcoin as legal tender in the USA. Still a lot of love for the old dollar. But that would be pretty cool. I think the US is probably one of the last countries to do it. Regulators are not super in love with crypto in the USA, and obviously Bitcoin's a massive threat to the dollar, which is exactly why you've seen the IMF issuing so many threats to El Salvador, the US State Department issuing threats to El Salvador, lots of global banking players wagging their finger at El Salvador saying, you're not allowed to do that. That's going to upturn the apple cart here. Or, of course, the story the other day that came out where CNBC was crying some tears. Oh, Western Union's going to lose $400 million a year because people in El Salvador are going to start using Bitcoin. The story really should have been people in El Salvador are going to save $400 million a year. That's not being taken by a rapacious middleman, which, of course, is Western Union, a company that has been screwing the most vulnerable people in the world for decades. Bitcoin literally right now freeing people from that, allowing for cross-border commerce without restriction. It's a beautiful thing. Very, very beautiful thing. By the way, another adoption news story here for you. UK post offices are going to let app users buy Bitcoin. Nice. This is not the first post office service to let their app users buy Bitcoin. I can't remember which one was the first. Maybe it was Croatia. I know Croatia did a few years ago. Austria. They're also letting people buy Bitcoin via their postal services. France is letting you do it in the little tobacco shops and stuff like that. Not the post office, obviously, but nice little adoption story anyway. Post offices struggling to remain relevant in a modern era where people don't really send mail anymore. But hey, selling Bitcoin, that could save the post office, man. That could save the post office. Nice adoption story. The important thing to realize about all these little adoption stories, why I share them all the time. In order for prices to go higher, what do we need to happen? We need to have more money come into the market. How do we get more money into the market? By making it easier for people to bring money into the market. Every time we have a post office or a new company accepting Bitcoin or a new financial service or a new bank offering Bitcoin to their customers, every single one of those stories is consequential because it builds an incredible base and it moves us one step closer to mainstream adoption and moving us, of course, closer to a Bitcoin world. So very exciting. Way to go, UK. Way to go, UK. Big Cardano news as well. It's happened, guys. It's happened. Cardano now has smart contracts. Cool. Cool, man. Cool. Holy cow, that's been a while. But it's happened. It's happened. It's here. It's a go. It's a go. We have smart contracts to Cardano. So exciting. So exciting to see. Now Cardano has reached essentially the starting line. Now they can start building out the ecosystem in a more meaningful way. And there's been a lot of projects building, getting ready for the smart contract release on Cardano. So that obviously is a great thing to see because it means that with this launch, we can now see all these guys deploy to the mainnet. And people can start using DeFi and stablecoins and all this kind of stuff in a meaningful way on the Cardano blockchain. And I know we've already had NFTs on Cardano for a while and simple token transfers for a while, but without smart contracts, you can't have a smart contract platform. Well, Cardano now has smart contracts. It is officially an operational Death Star. So that is very exciting to see. Now the next phase of Cardano begins, building out that ecosystem, getting the total value locked on chain to move up. I'm sure we'll see it go from 0 to a few billion in a very short amount of time. So very cool. Very cool. I'm very excited to see the age of Cardano finally coming about. So congratulations, IOHK, for getting that out. And the final thing I wanted to mention today, I made this thread over the weekend about how to start using DeFi. I gave Solana as the example blockchain because it's, the hot trending blockchain right now. There's lots of cool Solana farms, lots of great stuff you can do in terms of earning yield, and it's dirt cheap to use. I think that this is a great thread for anybody who wants to get started on how to use DeFi, really. I share some good farms for you, and I'm not going to go into all that in this video. I just wanted to say that right now, we've got a situation where the vast majority of people who own cryptocurrencies have never used decentralized finance. The vast majority of people just get an exchange account on Coinbase, and that's exactly where their crypto stays forever. Maybe they take their Bitcoin off the exchange and put it on their hardware wallet. Cool, that's a good thing. You're in charge of your own keys. But most people, I'd say of all the crypto users, a single-digit percentage of them have used decentralized finance stuff, have got their hands dirty and actually started participating in all this amazing stuff that's going on out there. The yields are crazy. You can make so much money getting into DeFi. Or you want to get a token early? I know people are like, oh man, that coin's not listed on Coinbase yet. Where can I buy it? You need to go to Uniswap. You need to go to PancakeSwap. You need to go to Radium. You need to get out there and start using decentralized finance. Or people are like, oh, you know, I'm in the US. It's not listed on my exchange. Use DeFi. It's borderless. It's borderless. Anybody, anywhere can use it. You can go use it. You can go use it. That's the amazing thing about these protocols. These software programs, they're available for you. You can get out there and do it. And I think the great thing about this thread and really about trying out Solana as a DeFi way to, you know, tip your toes into the water is that you can literally come in with 20 bucks. And that's, you know, just if you're just starting out and you want, man, I just want to figure it out and play around and not risk anything really, well, you're going to risk 20 bucks. Take 20 bucks, get your hands dirty, experiment, play around a little bit. The fees are so dirt cheap on Solana, or you could go to Polygon, you can go to BSC, yeah, you can go to Avalanche. There's lots of options. I'm just giving you Solana as an example because it's such a cheap chain to use. You can have the experience of what is DeFi, how to use a decentralized exchange, all that kind of stuff. You could probably do 20, 30 transactions. It's going to cost you like a couple pennies. So you can actually do this. You can experiment. So if you haven't tried DeFi yet, go read this thread. Get your hands dirty, play around, obviously. Keep in mind, there's smart contract risks. You can lose all your money. Be safe, all that fun kind of stuff. But play, get out there, be a bit adventurous. People are missing out on what's actually going on in crypto right now because they're just afraid to leave Coinbase or they're afraid they're going to make a mistake. Well, that's why you put 10 or 20 bucks in. Play around. You're not going to have to worry about, I'm going to lose all my life savings. Just 20 bucks, guys, 20 bucks. And play. Try it out, right? It's a good way to understand what everybody's been talking about if you haven't actually tried this stuff yet. Anyway, just my 2 Satoshis for the day. Your question, if we do get a further market correction, the prophecy comes true about September, we end up as a red month, where would you be looking to buy? 42,500? 40,000? 37,000? Maybe you're not even looking to buy Bitcoin right now. Maybe you're looking to buy some altcoins. And if so, what altcoins and at what price? Very interested to hear that down below in the comments section. Thanks so much for watching today's video and peace out till next time.